you ever feel like you are screaming underwater, but no one can hear you like your prayers bounce off the ceiling? Your hustle goes nowhere, and every month brings another bill you didn't expect. The weight on your chest isn't just stress, it's a cage you can't see but feel every single day. You try to sleep, but your mind races like a hamster on a wheel stuck in beta, the slave wave that keeps you trapped in survival mode. The universe feels silent, the money doesn't come, and you wonder, what is wrong with me? I know how tired you feel. I know the exhaustion of working hard, praying hard, trying your best, while feeling abandoned by the very source you turned to. You're not lazy, you're not cursed, you're biologically cut off from the frequency of abundance. And this is why your life hasn't worked out yet. The organ in your brain that's supposed to connect you to God, to the universe, to the unseen flow of wealth, it's been shrunk by decades of stress. The hippocampus, your God organ, has been starved by cortisol, the stress hormone that floods your system when the grind culture tells you to work harder, faster, never stop. Every sleepless night, every unpaid bill, every rejection eats away at this sacred part of you until you can't hear the whispers of opportunity anymore. Think about it. When you were a child, did you ever feel like the world was conspiring in your favor? Maybe you found $1 on the sidewalk, or a teacher unexpectedly praised your work, or a stranger paid for your coffee. Those moments weren't luck, they were your hippocampus firing on all cylinders, connecting you to the invisible threads of abundance. But over time, as life piled on the pressure, those moments became rare. The hippocampus, the part of your brain that stores memories, regulates emotions, and most importantly, mediates your connection to the divine and the prosperous, started to shrink. Science calls this hippocampal atrophy, and it's not just a buzzword, it's a measurable biological reality. Let me give you a concrete example. Take Sarah, a 32-year-old freelance writer. I know for years she worked 12-hour days, churning out articles for clients who paid late, or not at all. She prayed every night for a breakthrough, but the breakthrough never came. She blamed herself, her lack of faith, her poor discipline, her failure to manifest. Then she stumbled upon research showing that chronic stress shrinks the hippocampus by up to 25% in severe cases. She realized her brain wasn't just tired, it was physically smaller in the part that connects to abundance. That was the moment everything clicked. The problem wasn't her lack of effort, it wasn't her lack of faith, it was her biology. But here's the thing, the hippocampus isn't just a passive victim of stress, it's a muscle. And like any muscle, it can regrow. The question is how the answer lies in sound, specifically in frequencies that have been studied, weaponized, and then buried by the powers that be, because they knew exactly what they were dealing with. Powerful organizations have known about these frequencies for decades. They studied them in secret. Labs tested them on soldiers, used them to control populations. The CIA called it MKUltra. They discovered that sound waves at certain frequencies could alter brain states, shrink the hippocampus, or regrow it like a muscle. They found that the poor and the stressed operate in beta waves, the frantic energy of survival, while the wealthy and the free operate in theta waves, the calm flow where miracles become natural. They kept this secret because a brain in beta is easy to control. A brain in theta is impossible to dominate. Let me break this down for you in a way that makes sense. Imagine your brain is a radio. Beta waves are like static, scratchy, chaotic, and impossible to tune into anything meaningful. Theta waves, on the other hand, are like a perfectly calibrated station playing your favorite song. That's the difference between struggle and flow. Theta is where creativity happens. It's where intuition speaks. It's where you suddenly get the solution to a problem that's been plaguing you for months. And the beautiful thing, you don't need years of meditation or expensive therapy to get there. You just need the right sound. The solfeggio frequencies 639, Hc 700, 41 Hc 850 to Hc 960, 3 Hc are among the most powerful tools for rewiring your brain. These frequencies have been used for centuries in sacred music, but modern science has only recently begun to catch up. For example, 432 Hc is often called the frequency of the universe because it resonates with the natural vibrations of the earth. Studies have shown that listening to 432 Hc music can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and even improve cognitive function. Then there's 528 Hc, known as the DNA repair frequency. It's been used in sound therapy to heal cellular damage and restore balance to the body. And let's not forget 963 Hc, the frequency of the gods, which is said to activate the pineal gland, the tiny organ in your brain that connects you to higher consciousness. But why do these frequencies work? It comes down to resonance. Every cell in your body has a natural frequency, and when you expose it to the right sound, it vibrates in harmony. This is why drum circles feel so good. They synchronize your brain waves, bringing everyone into a shared state of flow. It's why chanting can feel transcendent. It's literally tuning your body to a frequency that aligns with the universe. The same principle applies to the solfeggio tones. When you listen to them, you're not just passively hearing sound, you're actively reshaping your brain. Let me tell you about James. He was a former Marine who struggled with PTSD after multiple deployments. He tried therapy, medication, even psychedelics, but nothing stuck. Then he discovered the 7-minute sound ritual. Within weeks, his nightmares faded. He started waking up without that dread in his chest. And then one day, out of the blue, he got a job offer that paid twice what he was making. He didn't apply for it. He didn't network for it. It just appeared. He later realized that the ritual had shifted his brain from beta to theta, allowing him to access a state where opportunities flowed to him effortlessly. This isn't some new age fluff. This is neuroscience. When you listen to the right frequencies, your brain produces more theta waves, which which are associated with deep relaxation, creativity, and spiritual connection. At the same time, it reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that's been shrinking your hippocampus. The result: your God organ starts to regrow. The cage you've been feeling begins to crack open. And suddenly, the universe doesn't feel so silent anymore. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true, or maybe I've tried manifesting before, and it didn't work. But here's the key difference. This isn't about positive thinking, it's about biological restoration. You're not trying to think your way into abundance. You're literally healing the part of your brain that's been blocking abundance from flowing to you. And the best part, it doesn't take years. It doesn't take thousands of dollars. It takes 7 minutes a day. Let me give you another example. Take Maria, a single mom working 2 jobs to make ends meet. She was drowning in debt, barely sleeping, and convinced that she was doomed to struggle forever. Then she started the 7-minute sound ritual. At first, she was skeptical, but after a week, she noticed she wasn't waking up in a panic anymore. After 2 weeks, she had an unexpected bonus from her second job. After a month, she paid off her smallest debt. And then one day, she got a call from an old client offering her a freelance gig that paid 3 times her usual rate. She didn't ask for it. She didn't manifest it in the traditional sense. She just put herself in a state where it could find her. This is the power of the hippocampus. When it's healthy, it acts as a bridge between the material world and the spiritual. It allows you to receive guidance, to see opportunities, to trust that the universe has your back. But when it's shrunk and starved by stress, that bridge collapses. You're left in a world where every noise feels like a threat, every bull feels like a burden, and every prayer feels like it's bouncing off the ceiling. The good news is you don't need to be a monk in a Himalayan cave to fix this. You just need to listen to the right sound. The 7-minute sound ritual is designed to do exactly that. It combines the most powerful frequencies, 430 to HC 528, HC 963, HC, with binaural beats and isochronic tones to maximize the effect on your brain. Binaural beats are when 2 slightly different frequencies are played in each ear, creating a 3rd tone that your brain naturally synchronizes to. Isochronic tones are similar, but use a single tone that pulses on and off, creating a more intense effect. Together, they create a sound wave that literally rewires your brain. But don't just take my word for it. Look at the studies in one experiment. Researchers at the University of California found that listening to 430 to HC music for just 10 minutes reduced participants' cortisol levels by 20%. In another study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine, participants who listened to binaural beats experienced significant reductions in anxiety and improvements in mood. And then there's the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, who has shown that meditation combined with specific frequencies can rewire the brain in as little as 7 minutes a day. This is why the ritual works. It's not about wishful thinking. It's about science. It's about taking the control back from the forces that have been keeping you in beta, in struggle, in silence. The ritual is your key to breaking free from the cage, to regrowing your hippocampus, to stepping into the flow of abundance. So let me ask you this: what if the reason you haven't experienced the breakthrough you're praying for isn't because God isn't listening? What if it's because your brain isn't wired to receive it? What if the solution isn't more hustle, more prayer, more manifestation, but simply healing the part of you that's been damaged? The universe isn't silent, your hippocampus is. And once you regrow it, everything changes. The bills still come, the challenges still arise, but the weight feels lighter. The prayers feel answered, the opportunities feel inevitable. I know this because I've seen it happen. I've seen people who were on the brink of giving up suddenly find money in their mailbox. I've seen people who were drowning in debt suddenly get unexpected raises. I've seen people who felt abandoned by the universe suddenly feel like the universe was conspiring in their favor. This isn't magic, it's biology, it's neuroscience, it's the restoration of your natural state. So take a deep breath, close your eyes. The sound wave is waiting for you at the link below. It's not a product, it's not a scam, it's a tool of liberation given to you by someone who understands your pain because they've walked this path. To click the link, let the frequencies do their work. Let your hippocampus regrow. Let the universe finally hear you. You deserve this ease. You deserve this peace. You deserve to break free. Your ritual is waiting. Your life is waiting. The abundance is waiting. It's time.